All right, guys, how's it going? Getting ready to go on a trip to um, Vancouver, Canada for ASAP's American Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgeons meeting. Um, you hear music in the background whenever I get ready, especially in the shower. I'm always jamming out. But it's been a crazy busy week for me. We've had an abbreviated schedule. So on Monday, I was in clinic and saw about 60 patients, new patients, existing patients, follow-ups, consults. Was really a lot of fun, it's always exhilarating to see patients after and before their journey, and it just keeps me dialed in and keeps all of us at HKB dialed in. Reminds me of how incredible our team is. And then on Tuesday, I did a bunch of surgeries, did some complex secondary surgeries, breast reductions, a secondary fat grafting to the hip dips, and then bilateral hip implants for augmentation, and then a secondary abdominoplasty for someone who already has had one to really enhance her result even further. And then yesterday, I did secondary breast cases, a couple of them, and then I did a mini abdominoplasty and some big total body liposuction case with J plasma and Vaser. And then this morning I had to do some work. We're been building a house, so I had to do some work at our home because we're finally going to move in after a period of time. I dropped my kid off to school, which I rarely get the chance to do, but honestly is probably the most satisfying thing I get to do, and it's just uplifting. She goes to the school, she's a 5-year-old, and like you just feel utter happiness and joy from her and everybody on staff there. So I just love that. And then got to go on a walk with my wife, got to do a couple of virtual consults, and also did some business calls. And pretty soon I'm going to be Bill's Uber and go pick him up, and we're going to get on the flight, and then we'll keep showing you all the amazing things we're going to get to do at this meeting, and great people we get to collaborate and work with. So hopefully you guys get a little taste for how a work meeting travel is for me and Dr. K. And Dr. Kleban will be there also. So we'll catch up soon. All right, we're rolling through the airport, and Bill's dropping a lot of philosophy on me. Bill, what were you saying?
I think it's pretty important that we're traveling together.
All right, so we're getting our trip started, and Bill Kortesis is getting some healthy snacks before the flight. Bill, is this typically the type of diet you subscribe to?
I mean, it's Auntie Anne's pretzel. You can't go wrong.
Straight protein, you know what I'm saying? So what's the plan, Bill, this weekend? You know, we're going up to Vancouver. What do you like most about these type of meetings? Like, is there any real purpose?
I actually like it. Really enjoy seeing my buddies from all over the country and world. Talking shop, talking about best techniques, practices, because we want to bring those back to our patients here in Charlotte, North Carolina. What about you?
You know, I think it's really fun to advance what we're doing, and it's also fun to educate. Like, we get to teach other people what's going on. We get to see people that we knew like 2, 3, 10, 15 years ago. So that's kind of fun. Sorry, I got something in my teeth. And you know, it's just kind of like an opportunity to kind of see what else is out there. You know what I mean? So I really enjoy that. But not gonna lie, I do miss family when I have to go to these meetings, and do miss, you know, taking care of patients. You always want to make sure your patients are okay, but luckily at HKB we have a huge team to kind of help and support and take care of them like family.
Everybody always says, hey, how was the city you're in? It really doesn't matter what city we're in. We're in a conference center, in a convention hall, so we don't get to see much of the city. We are going to Canada. Hopefully we will get to see a little bit of Vancouver while we're out there. We will miss our family, our friends, our patients, but we're just a phone call away.
What do you think about hanging out with plastic surgeons?
Amazing.
I don't know if I like being around them.
The only person I don't like being around is you.
And then look what we have over there. Bill Adams right next to us. We have over here Stephen Camp. Stephen Camp, you like plastic surgeons?
Oh man, great, interesting people, super fun.
Interesting. Bill, closing out.
Amazing.
All right, we're getting juiced up. Sitting here with Bill Kortesis, drinking water, Diet Coke, coffee. What's the game plan?
Well, I tell you what, Vancouver's a pretty city. Love it here. Eating breakfast, fueled up for the day. We're going to go learn and teach some plastic surgeons for all over the world here at the convention center, and meet some colleagues. Excited for the day, man. What do you got in store?
We have a couple meetings. We're going to see some friends here in a few minutes. We're going to meet up with our friends Bruce Van Natta and Sachin Sridharani, who are really rock star plastic surgeons. One's in New York City, the other one's in Indianapolis. And honestly, we're actually meeting to put them together because I think they would be really valuable assets for each other. And sometimes the fun thing in life and business is connecting people. But then we're going to go to the meeting, get all checked in. My talk is going to be on correction of liposuction deformities with a multimodal approach, basically trying to combine simple tools with more complex tools to help take care of a problem without making it a big intervention. Like when you go get your car fixed, if you have a little dent, you just want to do paintless dent repair. If you have a really screwed up whole front end, that's a near total situation, then you need to maybe have surgery. So that's the kind of the talk we're going to have, and we have our fellowship dinner. Good morning. And that'll be it. Good morning. How are you? And that's right. And we just saw a friend who's from Colombia, I think, really talented plastic surgeon down there that we need to go visit sometime. What else, Bill? Anything else?
We'll keep you updated on what we learn. There's going to be some interesting topics and some interesting things, and we'll keep everybody up to date on what's happening here. But exciting, Vancouver, more to come.
We're having a big strategic meeting with these heavy hitters, Bruce Van Natta, my brother from another, Sachin Sridharani, and we're putting great minds together because that's how you get the best output. Top secret. Here, let's go over here. What are we doing over here, ladies?
Talking shop.
Bill Kortesis? Who is this fine gentleman next to you?
I mean, it's my brother from another mother, Thomas Fuller.
Are you a Hollywood actor?
I wish.
What movies were you in?
I've been in a couple.
What was your biggest film?
Probably Training Day.
Here's our other brother from another, Johan.
Hey,
How are you, man?
good, brother. How are you?
Johan, pick up this mic.
What do you need me to do, man?
Tell us about your experience at HKB. What do you think about HKB?
I think it's an awesome clinic, crushing it, amazing surgeons, except you. I'm just joking, but no, amazing clinic.
About how, with regards to the name and the new brand, what you had to do with it?
Well, I thought that let's create something more scalable and not tying it to people and really focusing on the patient-centric values. So that's what you guys did.
We've met before, haven't we?
I think so.
Well, good to meet you again.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm Mike.
Mike? All right. Now we got to have a private conversation. So sitting here with my brother from another, Sachin Sridharani from New York City. And Sachin, are you learning a lot at this meeting?
Yeah, it's a great meeting. Loving the Vancouver.
He's teaching everybody everything. Listen, this guy is such an innovator in our space, and the reason why he's such an innovator, he's doing exactly what we're trying to do at HKB, is bridging the gap of, as surgeons, we love to do big surgery, but there are other ways to do things where you can combine non-surgical technology and other products to get patients the best outcome and not necessarily have this big surgical intervention.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have the value of being surgeons. We can heal with steel. We know what to do with a scalpel, but there's so much value in a syringe as well. So I think being able to kind of bridge the gap is something that's just so important for the modern aesthetics practice. We're always going from maximally to minimally invasive, but doing what we got to do when we have to, and heaven forbid we still use a scalpel. I mean, we love using that instrument, but there's still a lot to be said about what we can do with a syringe as well. Pairing them together is a perfect confluence of traditional modalities and the future directions of aesthetics.
And it's honestly us being around people like him, where we share some ideas and we come up with a better solution. It invigorates me, and I just love our space, but I love hooking up with people like him so that we can collaborate and do bigger and better things, really just for our patients.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're saying it really well, and I mean, the feelings are mutual. I mean, it's seeing what you and your partners and what you guys are doing in the aesthetic space has always just been incredible, right? And you have an impressive legacy, and you've built on it and doing just incredible work on your own right. So, like I said, I love spending my days in the OR, but what we do outside of the OR is so valuable, and we should be at the forefront of that as aesthetic plastic surgeons.
100%.
Who better to push the field forward than us with our skill sets, because we have the ability to, again, operate, but also understand non-invasive and minimally invasive applications.
100%, and that's what you've been a champion of, and that we really take pride of at our practices too, is the space is broad. All providers, injectors, other specialties, all of them are integral to our space, and we all need to work together, collaborate, teach each other,
Yeah.
and just shake things up and continue to get better results and undetected results.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone wants the ideal aesthetic treatment, right? What is that ideal cosmetic treatment? Least amount of downtime, the most effective, performed by the most experienced person in the world, with it basically being free. Right? That's what a patient
Seriously,
wants.
right?
That's the holy grail.
It's coming.
Well, it's not going to be free, and that's okay. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we can have the most effective outcomes with the least amount of downtime, longevity, and performed by really experienced professionals.
All right, everybody, we're at their HKB Fellowship dinner. Chris, what's your fondest memory of HKB?
My fondest memory of HKV. It was probably the second time I've ever been in surgery in my life. Wow. And I didn't pass out.
There you go.
One of the fondest memories was probably when little Bobby Ramos had his meltdown when his computer went kaput, and I had to talk him off the balcony from jumping. That was probably the most exciting memory that I have.
Dr. Kortesis,
Yes, sir.
what's your fondest memory of HKB?
Every day is the best memory at HKB. Every day.
Dr. Kia? Turkia? Yes. What's your fondest memory of your time at HKB?
The music. So G's techno and BK saying DJ Khaled.
I mean, so many good memories, like, both Hanstead and Kortesis, kind of like opened up, like, their houses, like, to us. I think, like, every night with the girls, like, doing those mommy makeovers till midnight, The midnight mommy makeover. Let's start, like, a 9-hour case at 4 p.m. Billy was a beast. That's my funniest memory.
I think my fondest memory of being at HK was teaching Bill Kortesis how to play golf. I mean, that guy is just...
That totally backfired because he still doesn't know how to play.
Terrible golfer. Clearly, I'm a bad teacher. But, I mean, I obviously failed as a teacher because, yeah, he's pretty terrible. But, I mean, just the time that I had with Bill, with Dr. Hunstad, we just can't get any better.
Ooh, I might say one of the nights that some of the OR gals and I went over to our local Mexican restaurant and twerked on the wall.
Working with the boys. And girls. And girls.
Good answer. Li Chen, fondest memory of HKB?
Just being with you.
Yes! Winner!
Joe Hunstad taking a nap on the couch and no one wanting to wake him up because he was in a grumpy mood, but we still had a tummy tuck to do, and then starting tummy tucks at 6, 7 o'clock at night. Yeah. Are you taking the naps now?
Oh, yeah. Dr. Bai, fondest memory of HKB?
Well, my fellowship's not over yet, but we did dress up as condiments because Dr. Kortesis hates condiments so much.
Mustard, mustard, mustard. Honestly, it's really fun to gather like this. This group this evening is to commemorate the fellowship program that Joe Hunstead started, and then Bill took to another level, and I got to join, and Shauna Cleveland got to join as well. And you guys are incredibly talented people. So many of you have done so many things in your practice, exceeded kind of things that we've achieved. It's really a special group. There's a lot of people who aren't here that are doing incredible things, and we're just so humbled to have your company. And we have some of our dear friends here who helped make this night possible as well. Salyer from Allergan, and his partnership and working with Allergan has always been a pretty special thing. I'm sure most of you all work with that company, that enterprise. They've been really good to me and us, and so we appreciate that partnership. Most importantly, appreciate the friendship. And Trent Newell, Dr. Newell. He is tell me he will support you, and both these guys will. Even though they're with huge behemoth organizations, they treat us, and then even ourselves as surgeons, as like unique clients. And so when you need something or there's an issue, ask these guys. And then our great friend here, Chris, who I hope all of you have met. He's the same boat, and he is a part of Allergan and is really vested in kind of the company, and also kind of taking care of the physicians directly and figuring out what he can do, what we can do together. So, talk to these individuals because they really do care about you, and we care about you also. We're just so, proud of all the things that you're achieving, and I'll stop talking.
I came into the fellowship obviously late because Joe started this thing, and what I can safely say is Joe taught me that education is sacrifice. But what I found is it's really remarkable. Each and every one of you have a special place in my heart, because as much as I try to teach you, you taught me a lot in the whole process. And the amazing thing is we become family. And I love these little get-togethers. I hate we don't get to do it more often. Chris said it earlier, he's like, why do we only get to see each other once a year? And it sucks, because you come and you spend this year with us, and no lie, it's like every day you feel everything we feel, and likewise. And we do become family. And it is really remarkable. And Joe started all this, and we want to carry on the tradition, and I would implore you to do the same thing, like teach other people, create your own family, but we are one unified family, and it's pretty remarkable to have this, this thing we do, and to get together and to be one. And so I appreciate each and every one of you, and it is amazing to see the success that you've all built individually, and you've carried on our tradition and much more. And each in your own distinctive right, where you've become and what you're becoming, and more to come. Like, there are future leaders of ASAPs here. There are future book authors, current book authors. I mean, you name it, it's happening, and we are very proud of each and every one of you. And to our industry partners, you're not industry to me. You're our brothers and friends, and we're going to carry that tradition on forever. I'll let you know that. So thank you all. Shauna, you're up, girl.
It's a real privilege and an honor to be able to meet all of you, get to know you through this whole process, and to continue what Dr. Hunstead, Drs. Kortesis and Bharti have started, and what all of you have been through. I think we really have something special.